Marbled combo fish lasagna. I mean, this is one of the most exciting, spectacular, and also easiest fish dishes to do. I mean, the flavor is literally out of this world. It tastes like the ocean itself. And it's, I said, it's super simple to do. And believe me, it always impresses. And even if you add to it some seaweeds like I do at the end, as well as some sea urchins, which by the way, I will show you how to open up during this video, you have the purest ocean flavor in your mouth. All you need are some marbled kombu sheets, which are made from manually scrapped kombu that is then macerated in alcohol vinegar, and then it's dried and then it's layered with gelatin before it is being processed by being steamed and pressed. Okay, first let's get the fish. Now you can use any fish you want for this recipe. Try to bin bone it. If the fish is super fresh like mine is, you're probably better off cutting the bones out, as they otherwise will just break. So my fish is just got out of the ocean this morning, so the bones are super tough. So just skin the fish then as well, and then you take those fish pieces and you slice them sort of in 2 to 3 millimeters thick slices. It just makes it a little bit easier to eat it later on. Plus, you obviously want to layer some kombu sheets between those fish layers too. So when you cut it, just sort of palm your hand down, pull your fingertips up. You can learn that all in my online courses in my knife skills session. And then set the fish aside. So obviously the gelatin and the salt will marinate the fish and improve the fish's texture. So then get some of those marbled kombu sheets and then get yourself a mold, whatever mold you need, round. I use a rectangular one, or a square one actually it is, and then just cut out those sheets in the right size and then layer that down. And I'm gonna do like 3 or 4 sheets. It's up to you how thick you make it, but just think about it. As an entree, you probably don't need more than 110 grams of fish or so. If it's a main course, obviously would go up to 250 grams of fish. So you make more layers, and then get some baking paper, and then we need that because we're gonna marinate the fish overnight. So because there's some salt in the kombu sheet that will first make the fish bleed, but then the fish will reabsorb those juices. Check out my video on salting steaks, so you learn all about that. So 1 layer of fish, kombu sheet on the top, another layer of fish, and then kombu sheet on the top. And I'm gonna make it for an entree, so I'm just gonna make 3 layers of kombu, 2 layers of fish, and that's gonna look pretty good. I mean, you can see already, it's gonna look quite spectacular. I didn't take it out of the mold because I wanna cover up the sides as well. So just get some scissors, cut a strip of kombu, and then just layer it nicely around. And that goes then into the fridge, where the gelatin obviously will improve the texture of the fish. Just as the salt will sink nicely into the fish, it will soften the sheets and it will make it a much better eating experience later on. The flavors really come together. Now, you don't have to worry too much about salting the fish. There's enough salt in the kombu sheets. Plus, the kombu sheets actually have a really mild flavor. So put it in the fridge overnight. So for my garnishes, I want to cut up some spring onions. I'm gonna curl them up. Just gonna show you that quickly too, because it's such a good garnish. So all you need to do is just split open the spring onions. Sometimes there's a bit of slime in the spring onions, so that just means that the spring onions are much fresher. So if there's slime within, especially in the greener part of the spring onions, don't throw them out, they're just super fresh. With the white bit, I'm gonna have to take the core out, and they can chop that obviously up and use it for something else, because what I wanna do next is just take those sheets, do like 2 sheets, fold them over, fold them inside out, get a knife, and then cut them as thin as you can. And then you need to put that into ice water or just cold tap water. Now what the water will do, it basically will also draw out a lot of that really sharp onion flavors. It will make your spring onion kernels much milder, so they're not going to be too overpowering, and the white bits, you just do exactly the same thing, and then it goes into some really cold water, and you need to let them stand for 2 to 3 hours. You best do that in the fridge, and then they look like that, isn't it? They look really amazing, and because we had them soaking in water, obviously a lot of the flavor has disappeared, which is good in that way. So next thing is your sea urchin. So on the bottom you have a mouth, yeah? So it's where you're gonna have to get some scissors, and you can sort of just bash a hole in it and then cut around the mouth, cut an opening around the mouth. It's up to you how big you cut it. It obviously depends on how big your sea urchin is as well. And then just flip it over, and then you need to get the mouth out. So here we go, there's our mouth. It's a bit of a messy job. I have a rather big one, so I need to also loosen those different sea urchin rows, or whatever you call them, and basically just get the spoon in it. Just push the spoon between the sea urchin and the shell, and then you lift it over, and then you gently pat it out. There's no force needed because it's so fragile. You do not want to break anything up, so just gently shake it and it will all fall out. And then you need to clean it, and you need to do that in salt water. Ideally use some bottled water, not tap water. Tap water contains chlorine. Chlorine cures your sea urchin just like it does with fish. So check out my online fish course where you learn everything about that. So wash that in some salted water, so don't dry it out, okay? And then that preserves it much better as well. And here is my sea urchin roll. Wasn't that easy? So I'm gonna use that for my sauce, which I'll just later on show you in a second too. So next the fish goes into the steamer. So the steamer is sitting at around 60 degrees, no hotter. For garnishes, you can do anything. I'm gonna cook off some cockles really quickly, or pipis, or whatever you call them. And my sea urchin shoes, I just got some I'm gonna show you that in a separate video. I just got some brown stock, and I just passed some sea urchin into it really gently, and that's it. Such a strong flavor. Then brush some of the sea urchin shoe onto the plate, and then put on some spring onions, and then your fish lasagna, and here we go, garnish it up. What? Look at that. Well, I mean, I hate that. I really do. Now that guy suddenly wants to be my friend. Now he heard that I won the lottery, and suddenly he knows me. When I had nothing, I was down and out. He didn't want to have anything to do with me. And then you suddenly win $500 in the lottery, and everyone wants to be your friend. I mean, that is so obvious, isn't it? It doesn't need rocket appliances to work that out. Oh, he can get lost. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Check out my video on fish ballotine with scallops to see another amazing fish recipe. And check out my online courses. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day.